Uh, Look, good round or not, I'm pretty sure my score should have stopped doing that by now. Hello, Ron Mithril here once again, getting back to Mag Mammal 2, and today we're going to try and finish up Null and Void. We only have the final floor left to go. And all it is the boss fight, I believe. Also, thankfully, I think I'm fine as far as the doctor stuff goes. They said they'd call back if there was anything on the lab results, and they haven't, so I guess that's good. Honestly, I wish they'd just call back and say everything is fine. I don't know why they don't. But anyway, next room by Ace Spark. Ah, the return of the Hoodie of Exposition. So you came. What? Why are you here? How'd you get up here? You were plotting something the whole time, weren't you? That is partially the truth. See, it comes down to when I first met you, in the depths of one of Wily's castles. I saw your fighting prowess, your strategy, your spirit, and I knew that I had a worthy opponent from the start. We did not get a chance to have a proper battle at that point. You were busy being distracted. But as soon as I heard a new festival was coming, I knew I had to fulfill my purpose, to fight you in a grand battle of the ages. The energy elements here have been quite useful in helping me prepare. Of course, you have them all now, except for one. I've been using this castle as a base of sorts. I've been working on an extremely powerful robot, ready to challenge you. I did catch wind of Wily's plans first, though, so that had to take priority. I don't like that man. He's used me. But now that's over with, and it's just us two, this powerful robot. I've been working on it since the beginning, in my visage. I'm not a terribly good fighter, but my work is. Now, enough with that. It's time for the ultimate battle. Of course. I have a feeling I know where this is going. It is time. Wow, that was jarringly loud right in my ears. Crush, kill, destroy. Okay, that's not exactly what I was expecting. Yeah, those was all the end of the first Mag Mammal. That's more what I was thinking was going to happen. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay, at least that doesn't squish you. Good to know. Okay, and you can shoot the bouncy shots. Good to know. Okay, now we have spikes falling from the ceiling. Oh, really? Okay. There is a lot to parse going on here. Okay, 1 pixel victory. You will break, you will die, I shall terminate you. Of course there's a second phase. I think we all saw that coming. Okay. Alright. Okay. Well, hopefully we can get there with more health this time. I could do without having to hear that every time. Just saying. I'm not really sure why my charge shot didn't seem to hit anything there. Is it the face or the gem on the helmet I'm supposed to be hitting? I guess it's the face, actually. Oh, that's pretty cool that these spikes can alternate while you're stuck up there in them. Yeah, I don't really like that phase of the fight, just being honest. It's the lack of control while having to dodge things with huge hitboxes. Okay, the fire doesn't last long, and I don't think it actually hits you while it's going through the air. Okay. Super easy to get hit during this phase of the fight. Very easy to get cornered, like that. This is gonna be a thing. It's the sort of thing I feel like if I sat down with it long enough, I'd start learning parts of this. And it's how these kind of multi-phase fights always work. You have to learn the first phase so that you have more health to get to the second phase, that sort of thing. I don't want to just rely on E-tanks here, since this is just the boss fight. It's not like a boss fight right at the end of something like the Pit of Pits, or what have you, where I don't want to have to redo the whole thing. This is purely just a boss fight. And it is something I do think is overall learnable. I'm still not really sure what to do as far as dealing with the spikes on the ceiling while the platforms are forcing you up into them and they keep alternating. That's a bit of a hectic part of this fight. I think I jumped a little bit too soon there. Okay, you can double down on just one hand. Good to know. That is not as pattern-based as I thought it was. Okay. I mean, it is pretty much the end boss of the game, so it's expected that he's going to be difficult. And like I said, I am putting a limiter on myself of trying not to use an E-tank for this. Because, I mean, obviously that would trivialize things. Yeah, see, like that. That doesn't feel like something that should be able to happen, honestly. But I do have a lot more health this time. So let's see if we can do a little bit better here. Didn't jump soon enough that time. Because, yeah, I feel like I'm learning this phase a bit better, actually. Except when I run right into the hands. Okay, there we go. It is impossible for you to stop me. Soon your presence will extinguish, and all will be utterly spent. I will be the one to perform this final action of destruction. What the? Okay. This is more the weirdness I was expecting. What in the world? Okay, this is bizarre and I love it, and you don't even have hitboxes anymore, do you? It shall be out of the question for yourself to avert me achieving one's goal. In the near future, you, my current opponent, will peregrinate, what? To your sempiternal rest? And indeed oneself will be inclined to exert the effort in this ultimate end and obliteration of all. Okay. We're still not quite done. We're still very, very bizarre. That is very disconcerting music. Okay, you're not taking multiple hits of damage from charge shots anymore. So why am I still doing them? I have no idea. This is so weird. But I just had this feeling we were going to end up here sooner or later. Yeah, this is more like the weirdness at the end of the first contest. That just sounds so weird in my ears. Make it stop. What even is this? New costume available. What? Well, that was a thing that happened. Maybe. Possibly. Huh? You're the cloaked guy? Weren't you just some decoy robot? How'd you even get out of the castle exploding? Ah, it's a long story. See, Dr. Wily had already built plenty of potential inside of me. He was just desperate. So, when I exploded, I teleported away from the castle and hid myself while I repaired myself. I know of Dr. Wily's plans because I have access to all of his stuff, being a robot by him. I could have stopped him myself, but you're much stronger than anything I can make, and I wanted to keep my mole status anyways. Anyways, what'd you think? What am I supposed to say? It was crazy? Creepy? Thought-provoking? I definitely agree with the first two. Ah, an expected reaction. I may have gotten a bit carried away and egotistical at the end. But alas, it is done. I have finally achieved my purpose. I must thank you. I have now seen all there is to see in life. I know everything. What are you doing with this void thing you probably created? Oh, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm now complete, so we must unfortunately part ways. I shall bestow my last energy element upon you as I ascend. I bid thee farewell, my acquaintance. I must ascend to the afterlife now. Always remember what you are fighting for, Metal. Always. What? What the heck? Challenge complete. We have all the energy elements now. Okay. So, end credits time. That was sure a thing that happened. I mean, that's a tough act to follow. Where do you go from that? I suppose I can talk about the boss fight. I mean, for what they were going for, I guess it kind of makes sense that the fight got harder as it or it got easier as it went on, actually, as more and more of the facade fell away. But yeah, that first fight, dealing with the alternating spikes in the ceiling, that was like the main part of that bit of the fight that I had trouble with. It's something I feel like maybe I could kind of learn doing it more and more often, but so often during that fight, it feels like there's nowhere really to go. If that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, at this point I'm just kind of rambling. This is the kind of reason why I generally turn down, anytime somebody says, hey, would you consider being a judge for this? I don't think I'm very good at expressing my thoughts or opinions, beyond just falling into either if I like something, hey, that was really cool, or if I don't like something, I don't know how to feel about this. I'm bad at suggesting alternatives or ways to improve things. Like, I'm not really sure what I would have improved with this, but falling into that problem of being forced up into the spikes right as they were right as they were alternating, that was a bit of an issue for me. But I'm not really sure what you could do to fix that, actually. But the rest of it was actually a pretty solid fight, I felt like. The second phase, actually, it was hectic. It was easy to get cornered during it, but it still felt really fun to me. I liked that part of it. And everything that happened beyond was just so bizarre. I'm kind of glad the threat level at that point was basically nothing, because I don't think I could have focused all that solidly with all that weirdness going on. That was something, man. That was something. Oh, man. I needed that laugh. And that was a good laugh. It was funny. Like I said, when everything started, I had a feeling I knew where it was going, and then I thought maybe I didn't. And then, yep, that's what it was, alright. Still not entirely sure what that form of Zero is actually called. I remember in the original contest, I had dubbed it Glitch Type Zero, partially just because of the look, and partially because it did glitch out on me at one point during the arena there, where it managed to somehow force itself out of the arena and never came back. So that was a thing. But, oh, okay, we do have the official sources here for everything. So, hey, if only I had waited till the credits, but then I wouldn't have been able to put in those silly things in the sidebars. And hey, it let me do some research. Research is fun. But yeah, this project, it has been a thing just with all the stuff going on during it in real life. So many delays for various reasons. Getting Groose set up in the first place, having to repair Groose when one of the cooling fans went out, various doctor and hospital stuff, the loss of my step-uncle obviously was the hardest thing to go through during all of this. And it's also just been the thing, I've talked on and off about it during the project. There has been burnout here and there. I think it's just been solidly playing this one game for as long as I have. And, you know, there's always the thing about, well, you know, why not do a secondary project as you're going? I tried doing that back when I was doing the blind run of Eternal Darkness, and it didn't really go all that well. It's a weird weakness I have. I'm good at multitasking in some ways, other ways, not so much, and I think trying to do more than one project at one time is a part of that. Like, I have so many projects that are paused in some way, shape, or form, like going back and doing the speed medals in Jumper 3, the other endings for Eternal Darkness, advanced mode with Chris for Resident Evil, trying to do the other endings for Silent Hill Shattered Memories, that even beyond just the problem of not having a way right now to record off of consoles, it's actually finding time to work on them amidst all the other things that I'm working on, the current project that I'm doing at that time. So, time budgeting is an issue I have, definitely. It is a weakness I do have, and one I'm not really sure how to combat. Honestly, doing, like, as Raocow calls them, B-sides, it probably would be a way to break some of the burnout frustration. It would just be finding time to do so. And that's the kind of thing I'm just not really sure how to handle right off. Also, of course, for those wondering, we're not quite done with this project just yet. I know we still need to go cash in our nickels for the last reward from Nightman, so that'll probably be in the next video, and we also do have the final arena to go. Also, just saying, I have been spoiled that there is something even beyond the final arena. I know exactly what it is, I can go ahead and mention that fact. Somebody actually sent me a screenshot over on Twitter, so I know exactly what it is. And not only people commenting on the videos, but also my friends, and also, Snorunt Pyro herself said, don't do it. Just said, don't do this. So, yeah, I might take that advice to heart. Less than 3. Mwah. Such power that core displayed. How interesting, not to mention diabolical. And to think, it wasn't even at its full power. It wasn't even being used by me, in person. It's a shame it got destroyed. Mwah. But now everything is prepared for my grand entrance. I'll amaze the city with my plans, the greatest anyone has ever seen. Hee hee hee! Gwahaha! Mwahaha! Okay. I'm not quite sure what that's about. But just to get over here again... Okay, we have an icon that replaced the Wily W there. We have this red skull thing there that's actually kind of creepy looking. It looks kind of blobby and gelatinous in a way. It's kind of freaky. But anyway, yeah, that's where we are for now, so next time, I guess we're gonna go visit Nightman. This has been a trip. This boss fight was a trip. That was... that was just so weird. Anyway, with that, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series so far, and I shall see you again next time. Until then... Seriously, what just happened?